This is 5 Minutes of Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And in this particular segment, I want to talk about the Founding Fathers. But I want to take a little different look at it. I want to ask the question, was it brilliance or was it just luck? Every time I turn around, I hear someone quoting the Founding Fathers. Whether it be Washington, Jefferson, Adams, Hancock, Madison. And I have to ask, are they worth quoting? What they created was nothing short of miraculous, especially considering the monarchy rule and limited freedoms that they were used to. But was it brilliance or was it luck? What I'm suggesting is that while I think they created a framework that has lasted the test of time, I don't think much of what they said was meant in the way we take it today. Realize that the entire idea for the revolution came from the upper class elite in the New World. That's right. Don't think for a moment that the working class and indentured servants were at all interested in revolting against Great Britain. It was the wealthy businessmen and landowners who were suffering from the increased taxation and the regulation of the British. I hate to say it, but the Declaration of Independence wasn't written to include the masses. We the people wasn't meant to include women, white indentured servants, or black slaves. These three groups accounted for almost 80% of the colonial population. So who were we the people? That's easy. It was George Washington, who was the richest man in the colonies. It was John Hancock, who was the wealthy aristocratic merchant from Boston. It was Thomas Jefferson, who owned a very large and prestigious farm. And let's not forget Benjamin Franklin, who ran the premier printing business in the Philadelphia area. These men, along with all of the other elite wealthy men of the colonies, banded together to protect their wealth and to secure the right to migrate west, which the British had prohibited due to the treaties negotiated with the Indians. Yes, that's right. This was about money and power. They manipulated the general population into fighting for freedom, but not the freedom you think. In most cases, the only way to get the larger population to fight was an offer of freedom from servitude or the promise of property and land. In reality, most were never given what they were promised. Now, with that said, let's understand that the words of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution are brilliant. But let's understand why. It's because in their effort to ensnare the lower classes into fighting and defending the revolutionary movement, they created a document that became the blueprint for something they never intended. It became the architecture for civil and personal freedoms that allowed men and women of all races and classes to live together. It provided anyone the chance to move between economic classes. And although it created a federal government, it attempted to provide us with protection from a federalist society. So in the end, we find ourselves with a set of documents that were written with a different intention. They were written to protect the wealth and the wealthy. But instead, they ended up protecting a promise of an opportunity that was eventually offered to everyone. Were the Founding Fathers altruistic defenders of the downtrodden and poor? Not even close. But in the end, we all got a little lucky when they wrote this document to inspire instead of to rule. You've been listening to 5 Minutes of Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And if you like what you've heard here, then go pick up a copy of my book, Political Common Sense for America. You can find it at Amazon.com. Until next time, be safe out there.